Hello! Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy day. This is Alex with My Health Style app. Thank you for joining us. We're going to pause because it's right at our time to go live, and I understand it's a busy time for everybody, dinner time, commuting hours for some people. And so we're going to wait for just a few minutes for a couple people to join us. But I hope everybody may be appreciating some of the spring weather just a little bit. I hope that some of you are considering planting some herbs or some wonderful things in your garden, sort of washing away all of that yellow pollen that we've been suffering from and feeling a little bit cleansed and getting ready for the heat. Because I think even in like Oregon and Northern California and Washington State, that sometimes in the summer you feel a little heat, and it's probably coming our way. So, hey everybody, thank you for joining us. Hi Wendy, hi Carrie, hi Sue. Glad that you all could make it. This is Alex again with My Health Style app, and we are doing our regular Tuesday live broadcast at 6:30. I want to apologize for not hosting our broadcast last week. We had many hiccups, and but we're back on schedule this week. We're also looking at other options of different times, something that might be more convenient for you. So if you want to give a shout out to us and let us know when the best appropriate time for you. Hi Tracy, thanks for joining. When the best appropriate time for you to be able to interact with us, engage. Now that we have established that, we have our coaches on for live interviews, we have professionals on for live interviews, and of course me as the host and the CEO of My Health Style. You can come and ask questions directly live. So we want to find out when is the best possible time for you, so that you can engage with us and not just have to watch replays. So tonight, we are talking about some fantastic news that happened with My Health Style. And it is that we have been approved as a CDC organization that can provide their approved, I know I said approved twice, diabetes prevention program. So way back in 2004, diabetes became a huge public health issue. And it hasn't changed that much since then. But in 2004, the CDC created a program in combination with the NIH, and it was a year-long program that actually targeted specifically people with prediabetes or, just newly diagnosed type 2 diabetes. And the program consisted, and this was all developed by, professionals and medical professionals and scientists. The program included 2-hour meetings once a month, as well as logging in of things, which is very common today to do, a diet log, a recipe log, an exercise log. There's an app for that, right? And additional education on lifestyle behavior change. And this is fascinating to me because lifestyle behavior change is exactly what we do at My Health Style. So that was one of the reasons why I really got intrigued by this CDC program. Anyway, after 2004 and the next decade, they discovered that their program was so successful, this sort of taking the turtle approach, not the hare approach, not the quick fix fad diet approach, but the hair, let's do this for a year. Let's really learn what works for us and how to really change what's going on in our lives and how to adapt and, replace habits and adapt new habits that we want. And this was so successful that they actually had a 58% positive change in prediabetes and diabetes. And that change can be a reversal. It can be better health outcomes at any measurable, and of course this is the CDC, right? And the NIH, every government entity needs to be able to check that box, right? So they did just that by showing that some support, some education, some lifestyle modification over a longer period of time can actually affect positive change. So, after a decade, one of the things that happened just in our American culture is that, we have turned to more of a mobile environment, and we're not making time for those 2-hour meetings anymore. We're not able to show up. And so the CDC actually opened up the opportunity for other organizations to partner with them and provide their curriculum that has already been proven over a format that is different than they originally provided, right? So My Health Style app can meet and has met all of their criteria. It's actually kind of fascinating. We had to submit what our platform can produce to equivocally match their successful curriculum, and they had to approve it. And they did. And that's what's so exciting, is that we can actually afford the human-to-human experience, just like the one-on-one 2-hour meetings that they would have, but we can do it over our mobile platform. So participating in a diabetes prevention program has an astounding effect, because I've mentioned a couple of times that they had really great results. You want to know what some of those great results are? When you participate in a diabetes prevention program, you can factually, according to their statistics, cut your risk of type 2 diabetes death in half. It's just outstanding what simple prevention can do. And this is why it's so exciting for us at My Health Style to be able to offer this to you. Like I said, we had to meet certain criteria, certain standards. We had to show that our coaches could actually offer, and facilitate their curriculum in a trained manner, and then actually we have to report back monthly to the CDC. On every single member, we have to provide tangible reports back to them for them to approve that we're following their proven standards. And I have absolutely no problem doing that, because their program works. And it's not any different than what we just do in our hearts and do naturally. Thank you, Carrie, for sharing our feed. I really appreciate that, because honestly, the more people that we can just let them know that, whether or not it's, for example, you might have precursors to diabetes. You might have symptoms to diabetes that you don't even know about. I wasn't going to get to this right now, but it seems appropriate. Some of the symptoms that you may have may be leading to type 2 diabetes. For example, fatty liver disease, This is a group of people that I have been talking to closely, and they suffer from pain. They suffer from GI problems, bowel problems, even nausea problems, but actually physical pain right underneath the rib cage on the right-hand side from an inflamed liver. And I just happened to ask them, how many of you have been diagnosed with this non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and have pre-diabetes or diabetes? And I didn't take a complete tally, but I would say probably 75% of them said, oh yeah, I was diagnosed with that too. So diabetes weighs severely on your body, and sometimes you don't know it until other things pop up. So some of the other symptoms that can happen is, increased thirst, increased weight gain, but then also weight loss. It's kind of crazy how that happens, but it's true. Dry mouth is a possible symptom. Frequent urination, headaches, but often we write off headaches as, something else, stress, whatever. Fatigue is a symptom. We write off that very easily as well. Blurred vision and loss of consciousness in an extreme case. Here's the thing about those 10 symptoms. Hold on. I want to get this right for you. Here are some sobering facts about those 10 symptoms. It is the leading cause of adult blindness. Type 2 diabetes is the leading cause of adult blindness. So think about this. If 30% of Americans are facing diabetes, the leading cause of adult blindness falls within that population. That's significant. That's huge. Here's another sobering fact. The leading cause of end-stage renal disease is diabetes. And one more. The leading cause of non-traumatic lower extremity amputation is diabetes. Carrie says, I know someone who went blind as a result of diabetes. Hey, Carrie, do you happen to know, was it something they were struggling with for a long time? Was it an education issue? Was it too many other health issues, clouding the picture for them to, be able to kind of bite and, handle the idea of having diabetes and making the lifestyle changes necessary to prevent or lessen that type of consequence? And Sue, yeah, I bet there are numerous people that don't know blindness and kidney failure are related to diabetes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So just think about this. The leading cause of adult blindness, the leading cause of end-stage renal disease, and the leading cause of non-traumatic amputation is diabetes. This is severe, and it can be managed. So Carrie responded, he had diabetes and wasn't taking care of himself. He worked long hours. I have a lot of empathy for that, because that's often the mousetrap that we fall into, right? We ignore ourselves because we have other obligations, whether or not it's working, whether or not it's family. We don't view ourselves as the most important, valuable thing at the onset. We have to put our energies elsewhere. And that's one of the cool things about My Health Style app is you have a friend in your pocket, through our app on your phone all the time. So even if you're doing shift work, working long hours, or you're a stay-at-home mom and you're running after babies and changing diapers, you have somebody that's actually always thinking about you and is kind of right there available for you, when you need to say, hey, God, I'm worried about my health and my future, and at this current moment, I don't know what to do. Tracy says, I know too many people that have had amputations due to diabetes. Yeah, it's sad. I witnessed just an acquaintance, not a friend, but it was an acquaintance that I knew over many, many years. And, every summer when I would run across him, and every summer there was another progression. And, it became wearing compression socks and, and then a cane, and then, just not moving, which led to more health issues and then to amputation. And it was just unfortunate to see this progression, and it's a vicious cycle that I actually fall into it myself as a small business owner. I'm working and sitting at the keyboard all day long, and that's just what you do. And then you realize, wow, I haven't moved my body all day long. So it's kind of one of the impetuses behind why we have My Health Style. Wendy says, when I was a medical assistant, most of the wound care she did was diabetes related. That's just awful. It really is awful. Due to skin ulcers, she says. It's just, and so here's the really cool thing. We at My Health Style app, we don't sell you a product. We don't sell you a quick fix. We don't sell you a cleanse. We don't sell you a juicing. We don't sell you anything. We sell you human to human interaction daily to help you reach your goals. Daily accountability, daily adherence, daily compliance. And this is exactly the foundation of the CDC diabetes prevention program that has proven to be successful. So by virtue of the fact that we have been able and approved by the CDC to offer their curriculum through our mobile platform, which is way more efficient and way more, available to people in today's current lifestyles, right? Versus going to 2-hour meetings once a month, where it's so easy to cancel. It's like, going to the gym, you just don't go. We can do it over the most convenient platform that we have available today, which is your mobile device. So that's super cool. You can trust in us that we have the backing of a proven curriculum, and you also can trust in us that every day you are talking to a human being, not a bot, not an algorithm, not AI, artificial intelligence. You are talking to one of our wonderful coaches, your team of coaches that are real humans. They're just on the other end of the platform. And if you so choose and you want to join us in this DPP plan, the Diabetes Prevention Program, we can do, based on if you want to or not, we can do once a month video calls with your coaches. So you can actually apply a face outside of the picture that you get through our app. So does anybody have any additional questions? Let me make sure that, here's one other kind of crazy fact, because I didn't want to just give you stuff that you hear every day in the news media. Patients with type 2 have an incidence of cardiovascular morbidity and mortality 4 times more than those that are non-diabetic. So 30% of the population is diabetic. 4 times of that have a morbidity rate than those who are non-diabetic. These are awful, awful statistics. The other thing, it hits your wallet. It just recently came out that somebody with type 2 diabetes, despite insurance levels, pays more than $2,000 a year out of their pocket to treat their diabetes. And that doesn't include gas for your appointments or your time to go to your doctor. It's just, and it's not going to reduce anytime soon. We are here to help you take control. This pre-diabetes can be reversible. Type 2 diabetes can be lessened and reduced so that you can extend your life. And this is what your My Health Style team is here to do with you. So let me look real here, see if I have any more questions. Hi, Danica. How are you? Thank you for joining. So Coach Carrie says, how do you sign up for the diabetes program? Right now, you have 2 options. You can go to myhealthstyleapp.com and just sign up in our regular program. It's $10 a week for your first 4 weeks. You get to select your own personal team of 3 coaches and start communicating with them. They will start identifying what your goals are. And at that point, you just tell them that you would like to be in this year-long diabetes prevention program. After that first month, we can continue a weekly subscription of $23 a week, or we're currently working on the complete annual cost that it would be, because this curriculum is for 1 year. If you don't want to join the diabetes prevention program and you just kind of want to see what our coaches do and where they can benefit you and go, just sign up for the first month at $10 a week. That's $40. That's like a couple of fast food drive-thrus or a Starbucks or whatever. And get to know your coaches. They can help you with menu planning. They can help you with your shopping lists. Again, we do not sell any particular product or prescribe to any particular diet plan. Our coaches are actually trained in 100, I believe it is. They'll correct me if I'm wrong, over 100 different particular diet styles. And we have a wonderful program that we use to help you with menu planning if you have any allergies or likes, dislikes, what have you, and can even tailor it to how many servings that you would like in your household. In addition, when you sign up, you pick your team of 3 coaches. One, your lead coach, helps you with primarily your goals and your food and nutrition. And then you have a body coach that helps you with your physical exercise and being in goals, whether or not it's just getting off the couch a little bit, or whether or not it's actually training for a 5K or something specific. And then your third coach helps you with your mindfulness and your spirit and your heart and managing some of your stress that might be going on in your life. So we bring to you a whole holistic, full approach, and we can do it every day over our app. So we have here, Tracy says, we have to stop this madness. We have a sick care system, not a health care system. Yes, well, that is true, and I agree with you, but we can't change that. All we can do is offer what we know how to do best and make it as convenient and as affordable to people as possible. So any additional questions? Let me look here real quick to make sure I covered everything. So, here's another thing. And actually, it's kind of important. I was looking on YouTube the other day, and we've all heard of people having plateaus, right, for their weight loss goals or even their exercise goals. My daughter is a personal trainer, and she was sort of training for a certain body thing, and she hit this plateau, right? And even in life, we kind of hit these plateaus. Well, here's something that also happens in our bodies, in our cells, with diabetes specifically. It's not really a plateau, but it kind of is. It's an intolerance, a lack of responsiveness, for your beta cells. Now, beta cells are very specific cells that are insulin-producing cells. And when they kind of get worn out, you're going to have an almost impossible time of changing your blood glucose A1C outcomes. And then that just sets you on a path of almost no return. And I don't mean to be such a doomsayer, but the truth of the matter is, if you wear the motor out, it's not going to run anymore, right? So if you think of these beta cells as little motors, they carry a little bit of insulin from here to here, and you wear that motor out, it doesn't matter what you attempt to do to reverse it after the fact. That motor is run out. So it's really important. It's one of the reasons why the CDC program and curriculum, the criteria that you have to meet to come join the program is a little bit leaning more towards pre-diabetes versus people that have been suffering from diabetes for many, many years, like 10, 20 years, because those motors of those beta cells might be worn out, right? So the best place that we can affect change is before those motors wear out. Similarly, like I mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, your liver is a filter. If you clog that filter, where are you going to go, right? So you need to work on ridding the clog at the same time as not clogging it again, right? It's the way my brain works. It's simple analogies. It's like a plumbing issue. You need to rid the clog or decrease the clog, and then whatever you bring up behind it has to be good for you and not clog it again. So these are long-term things. Nothing is a quick fix. Nothing is the rabbit. We are the turtle. Or nothing is the hare. We are the turtle. We are slow and steady to help you get to the best place that you can be. And we're here to do it for you every day through myhealthstyleapp.com and your personal human team of coaches. All right. Last words? Any last questions? Because I'm super excited that we have the ability now to provide this proven program. It's awesome. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you'll join us again next Tuesday. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, give us your feedback. Even when you watch the replay, let us know if there's a better time, because we really would like you to be able to take this opportunity and engage with us. This is what we're here for. It's the human-to-human experience, H2H. We're just doing it over technology. So, everybody have a wonderful evening. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Ciao.